I got as many slides as him in about 1/3 of the time. Dante, unreal. We're going to work on his Trump impersonation, though. We're going to get it up to the level. You know, we're going to really get it up there. I want to thank Gary Leland and BitBlockBoom for having me. Thank you all for being here. And let's get right into it because time is of the essence. So let me see here what slide we're looking at. And we've lost the water in the clicker. Can y'all see? Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, so my name is Don Bei. I'm a firefighter that found Bitcoin. For those that weren't here last year, my presentation, quick rundown. Found Bitcoin in 2017. Ended up helping the Santa Monica firefighters become the first union in the United States to hold Bitcoin and in self-custody. Created a nonprofit called Proof of Workforce. It was a powerful experience. So I thought there's going to be other unions that are going to want to do this, and they need a resource to help them navigate that path because it's challenging to get a labor union to add Bitcoin to the balance sheet. There's a lot of hurdles and things like that. And knowing what we know about Bitcoin, I didn't want to, end up 10 years in the future, see how it's been a tool for workers and wage earners and have workers and wage earners miss the boat. It's really important to me. And so that's why I started Proof of Workforce, to help them discover this tool so that in 10 years, I could at least say, hey, I did what I could to impact those right in my immediate circle. When I was here last year, we had about 2 or 3 other fire unions that had followed suit. And a big message for us was your immediate world depends on you to find Bitcoin. And that remains true to this day. And there's a lot of facets in Bitcoin, but most, all of them are important. And at this time, one of the most important facets is Bitcoin with the capital B, the network, right? There's no shortage of people sharing Bitcoin as a store of value as the number go up technology. But now more than ever, people need to find Bitcoin, the network, the protocol, the tool, the technology, and it's really important. Oh, there it is. Now it slid down, huh? I can't. All right. So there you go. Double down on that. So what has happened since we last talked with you here at BitBlockBoom? Wisconsin pension, they added Bitcoin. And 8 months prior to the Wisconsin pension retirement system adding Bitcoin, that's a retirement system that has, I want to say, $140 billion assets under management, serving 700,000 people, workers in the state of Wisconsin. We had the board of trustees on a show that me, Hoffa, Joe Carlasari, and Greg Foss did called the Nakamoto Gauntlet, where we really just stripped away a lot of the mystery of Bitcoin and talked about Bitcoin as a tool, why it was created, how it could fit into pension funds, its purpose. And so that was 8 months prior. And it was cool that we got to play a very small part in Wisconsin, adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet, which was a very big moment in the institutional cycle of Bitcoin. Additionally, I was in Kenya, and I ended up taking a trip to the local firehouse in Kenya. I was walking through Nairobi, sat down with folks there, and was able to talk to, ironically, as I went to visit this station unplanned, the president of the Kenya Fire Brigades Association was there. So we helped them get Bitcoin on the balance sheet by raising donations while we were out there. So they became the first union in Kenya to hold Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Additionally, we got our first law enforcement association in the country, the Wyoming Highway Patrol Association. They added Bitcoin to the balance sheet, and that was the first time since I left y'all here last year that we had a union outside of the fire union adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet. So still a public safety union, but Wyoming Highway Patrol added Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Where's Jason Lord at? Is he in the house? There's Jason. Okay, cool. This was a cool thing since we left you. We had IATSE Local 728, first private sector union in the nation to add Bitcoin to the balance sheet. It's a 3,000 member union that's part of a larger 140,000 member union that added Bitcoin to the balance sheet. They made history in the US. Jason was a huge part of that. And again, we're at the point now at Proof of Workforce where we have enough unions now reaching out to us about learning about Bitcoin or doing some kind of Bitcoin initiative where we're not doing outreach anymore. We're just trying to keep up with the unions that are calling us to learn about this very important tool. So that was a huge moment. You guys probably don't know IATSE. They're the electrical lighting technicians in the movies that you watch. And when you're watching that movie, sometimes you watch all the way down the credits. You know, there's that little cross that says, you know, under the jurisdiction of IATSE. That's the union IATSE. And they're behind any movie, film, television that you've ever seen. They've been a part of that as the workforce on set, providing, you know, key components to movie making. So that was a huge moment since we left you. We also had, right when I was here last year, we had just gotten underway with the Bitcoin office in Santa Monica, the first municipal Bitcoin office in the United States. We had a festival, peer-to-peer street festival, which was amazing, right on the promenade. And we had tons of people there, different vendors and different speakers, and really taught people about Bitcoin, the network. Again, the focus was on the network, the protocol, peer-to-peer digital cash. So where's Proof of Workforce to date? When I was here last time talking to you guys, we had a couple unions. I told you we were going to orange pill every union in the United States. We haven't quite hit that goal yet, but we got Dante rolling around with us cross country, so we're making progress. We have 10 unions to date now across multiple sectors. It may not seem like much, but it's really important work that we're doing. We have 5 fire unions, 2 law enforcement associations with Sunnyvale coming to the table, and we have a private sector union, IATSE 728. And we also have, again, it's a global movement with unions in El Salvador and Kenya holding Bitcoin. And they've all touched self-custody in some part of their journey, which is really important. 5,000 members have, you know, if you think about what Proof of Workforce is becoming, in a way, we're becoming a Bitcoin union. And so these are 5,000 members now total that are brought together with Bitcoin as a common thread. I've been looking up a lot of old like labor logos and different like posters and things like that. And, you know, at Proof of Workforce, we believe in the long-term store of value narrative of Bitcoin, but we also believe in Bitcoin, the network, the protocol, Bitcoin as a tool to have equal or greater importance. And it's really something that I've found is that the greatest threat to Bitcoin now, it's not someone trying to accumulate the most Bitcoin and influence the network. It's not even more centralization in mining. It's actually a methodic and, you know, systematic attack on the narrative of Bitcoin. Why was Bitcoin created? And in this battle of narratives, right, where do we get most of our information about things? Right here, the phone. And you can look at the labor movement to see a genesis story that has shifted over time. I'm sure you guys have a lot of different views on labor, why they exist. Study that, and what I've found is that there's a lot of values in common, right? Demand to live, right? Workers unite, solidarity, working for a wage. Wage earners are vulnerable. We're learning that right now. And this time is, I don't want to dip too much into the next speaker's time. So this was like a whirlwind, you know, but this is just an update of what we're doing. We did have a hit piece done on us and about narrative, why narratives matter, is that we don't control this narrative right on the phone. We had the co-author of Easy Money did a hit piece on us, basically painting us as a nonprofit with ulterior motives to try to orange pill all these unions, and we're going to impact our bottom line for Bitcoin holders. I don't know where our interest is in going to Kenya and helping out an organization there that really holds a very small amount of Bitcoin, but narratives matter, and so we have to battle those narratives. The last thing, and I'm just going to breeze through this. I'm running for the largest pension in the United States, CalPERS. I'm a firm believer, hey, we have to do the work ourselves, right? And that work never stops. So I'm running for that pension fund. I won't dip into all the details because we're rolling into the next speaker. You can support. I'm going to need Bitcoiners' help if we're going to do this. It's a tremendous undertaking. And you can find more information about that at bayforcalpers.com. There's the socials. We have a YouTube channel. That's my time, y'all. I wish I could talk to y'all more about proof of workforce, but I'll talk to y'all during the conference.